Do you know how to compliment a woman in a way that will make her smile and won't be at all cringe? I hear guys say things like, romance is dead. Flirting and chatting people up on the street is just creepy. You can't even open your mouth next to a woman these days because everything you say is sexual harassment. But it's just not true. There is really no reason to be afraid or confused. How do I know? Well, I've been walking around complimenting women I've never met before for years, and men as well, by the way, and I've never been accused of catcalling or met with anything but joy. I've been told I make people's days multiple times, and one time my partner and I even had a nice conversation with a woman we complimented in a sauna, even though we were nothing but towels. So listen up, here's how you do it. We can all tell when people say nice things to us only because they want something. If your compliment is actually an attempt to strike a conversation you hope might end up in bed, it's not a compliment. It's an attempt at seduction or worse, manipulation. Women can smell that sort of stuff a mile away. So my first piece of advice for you is you should always give compliments simply because it's nice to tell people nice things. You should always be prepared to say it and just keep going on your own way, expecting nothing else from the interaction. If anything does follow from it, that's purely a nice side effect you should never expect from the start. Disinterested compliments make people feel good, but compliments that have an ulterior motive don't. They just make people worry what will come after. This is the most important thing. The aim of your compliment should always be to do something nice for the other person. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, assuming we are on board with this, here's how to give compliments that will actually make people feel good. It will always seem creepy if you tell a woman you don't know that she's got great legs, breasts, or butt. Even if you say that she's got a great smile or beautiful hair, it's still quite cringe. Why? Well, first of all, it's objectifying. In our culture, such compliments imply that you are reducing her to a body part that you have an interest in. Nobody likes that. It is also literally too close to the body. You haven't even met yet and you're already reaching deep into her private space. It's just too much too quick. Instead, a good compliment should focus on what she puts on her body. Say that she looks great in the dress she's wearing. Say that this top looks amazing on her, or that this robe is fantastic. This way, you respect the barrier that she put in between her body and the world and show appreciation for her as a person and not a body part. Complimenting the clothes a woman chose to wear has one further advantage. You are recognizing her actions, her taste, and her choices. You appreciate her as a person who has made the decision to wear them, presumably also thinking she will look good in them. This just doesn't work with body-focused compliments, because, well, we don't choose the way our bodies look to the same extent. But this extends beyond clothing. Perhaps you spotted her during a game and wanted to compliment her tactics, or she was dancing and her moves were fantastic. In all of those cases, you recognize her as an active agent of the interaction. You are merely appreciating the way she decided to present herself, hold herself, and express herself. She's not just an object of your appreciation, she is a subject who does things worth of appreciating. When complimenting women, you should always be kind, calm, and positive. This one should go without saying. A compliment is soft and kind, uses no crude words, and introduces itself in a positive manner. If you shout, "Hey babe, hot ass!" on the street, it's a catcall. She's not your babe, her ass is none of your business, and she's got better things to do than to listen to your pathetic attempt at courtship. But if you calmly approach her and say in an upbeat voice, "Hey, I don't mean to stop you, but this dress looks really amazing on you," it's a compliment. You use no threatening language or movements, you acknowledge she's probably got better things to do, and you use kind and positive words. You probably know by now that you shouldn't talk too much about yourself during a date, but how does this extend to complimenting? We signal something subtly different when we say, "I love your dress," or "This dress looks great on you." This little linguistic change signals that this interaction isn't about you, it's about her. You're not starting it because you want something, her attention, her response, maybe her availability. You're starting it because you want to make her feel good. You're doing it for her without any ulterior motive. Okay, fair enough, sometimes you will hope that a compliment might turn into a conversation. But for heaven's sake, don't press for it. For example, say you complimented her dress and it made her smile. If she doesn't immediately pick it up, just smile back, say bye, and keep walking. You've just made her day better. Great job. Don't ask what she's up to tonight. Don't even follow up with a question like, "Where did you buy it?" If she wants to talk to you, she'll tell you anyway. But if she doesn't, she'll just feel pressured and uncomfortable. You don't have the right to take up her time, so unless she gives it to you herself, you just walk on. Think of it this way. You pass the ball to her with the compliment. It's her decision now whether to pass it back. By letting her decide, you acknowledge her autonomy and treat her with respect. If she does pass it back, great. If not, that's also great. You made her smile and you're probably smiling too. Congrats, you made both of your days better. When you want to get good at complimenting women, it's also essential to know the right time. And that's mostly knowing when it's not the right time. We all sometimes just want to be left alone. You might be the greatest guy in the world, be kind, non-threatening, and have your complimenting technique down to perfection. But it's all irrelevant if she just had a horrible day and all she can think about is getting back home to bed. It doesn't matter, it's not about you. She's just not in the mood, and even if you think you might have some chance of piercing her gloomy mood with your compliments, the truth is, 99% of the time you're going to fail spectacularly. It's not worth it. This is the job for her friends, not a random stranger. There are some clear indicators that she doesn't want to be approached. If she's listening to music on her headphones, don't talk to her. If she's reading a book on the metro, don't interrupt her. If she's wearing baggy and distinct clothes that hide her head to toes, don't try to compliment her dress. Just leave her alone and move on with your day. Everything has its place and time, and a compliment that might make one person smile will annoy another. The general rules I gave you are a good start, but you still need to use your best judgment. Are you complimenting a random person on the street, or are you at the party thrown by a mutual friend? Are you dancing at an awkward disco during a company integration camp, or are you at the weekend crawl through the sexiest clubs of Berlin? Is she an outgoing extrovert, or is she an introvert who finds human interactions a bit stressful? As with many things in life, complimenting is a skill. The more you do it, the better you get at it. I've given you something to get started, now go on and become a master. And just on a side note, please compliment men too. Men get way too few compliments in our culture, and there's really no reason why you shouldn't appreciate a guy who looks great or did something great. It might be a bit awkward since we are just not used to it, but trust me, it's really nice. I hope you found this short field guide to complimenting women useful. If you want to hear more tips on positive masculinity, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm Dr. Simon Vogt, philosopher and explorer of masculinity, handing you the man's compass.